If you fell into a black hole, two completely different things would happen to you. And both of them are true. From far away, we would watch you fall toward the edge and slow down. You'd turn redder and dimmer and freeze, hanging at the boundary forever, never quite crossing it. To us, you would never actually fall in, but from inside your own body, nothing strange happens at all. You sail straight across the edge without feeling a thing, and you keep falling towards something the laws of physics cannot describe. One of you is frozen at the door for eternity. The other is already gone. And neither version is a trick of the eye. This is what a black hole really does to reality. And tonight we're going all the way in. Here's the honest promise. We're going to fall past the edge together, step by step. And I'm going to tell you exactly where solid science ends and where even Einstein's own equations throw up their hands and say, we don't know. Because the truth about the inside of a black hole is not that it's terrifying. It's that it may be the single most hidden place in the entire universe. And the reason why is stranger than any horror story. First, forget the cosmic vacuum cleaner. A black hole does not roam the galaxy sucking things in. If the sun were magically swapped for a black hole of the same mass, Earth wouldn't get pulled anywhere. We'd keep orbiting exactly as we do now, just in the dark. A black hole is simpler and stranger than a monster. It's a place where so much mass is packed into so small a space that gravity there beats everything, including light. And once light itself can't climb out, nothing can, because nothing outruns light. Most of them form when a giant star runs out of fuel and its core collapses under its own weight. What's left isn't a thing sitting in space. It's a region with a boundary. And that boundary has a name. It's called the event horizon, the point of no return. Cross it, and every path forward, literally every direction you could move, leads deeper in. Not because a wall stops you, because there is no longer any road that points back out. And here's the first fact that breaks people. The horizon is not a surface you'd smash into. For a large enough black hole, you could drift across it and feel absolutely nothing. No barrier. No flash, no warning. You would not even know the exact moment you passed the point where the universe stopped being able to reach you. The most important line you will ever cross, and it's invisible. Sit with that. You could already be falling and not know it, which is exactly why we have to talk about the force that finally does tell you. Gravity pulls harder the closer you are. So as you fall feet first, your feet are pulled harder than your head. Near a small black hole, that difference becomes monstrous. You'd be stretched into a long, thin stream of matter, head to toe, while being squeezed from the sides. Astronomers, who are not always poets, named this real process spaghettification. For a small black hole, spaghettification would finish you before you ever reached the horizon. But for a truly giant one, the kind at the heart of a galaxy, millions of times the sun's mass, the stretching at the edge is gentle. You'd cross intact, alive, falling. And that is the version we're going to follow because it lets us keep going where the small ones never would. Now, before we cross, remember the person we watched freeze at the edge. Let's explain how one of you can be frozen forever while the other is already inside. Because this is where a black hole stops being about gravity and starts being about time. Near a black hole, time itself runs slow. Not as a feeling, as a fact, measured in real experiments here on Earth with atomic clocks. The stronger the gravity, the slower your clock ticks compared to someone far away. At the event horizon, that effect runs all the way to its limit. To us, watching from a safe distance, your final second stretches out toward infinity. Your image reddens, fades, and hangs there, a ghost pinned to the edge, while to you that same second is just one ordinary second. And then you're through. Both true. Same event. Different clocks. So here's the natural question. If your clock is the slow one, what would you see looking back out as you fall? The answer is the mirror image. To you, the outside universe's clocks would appear to run fast. The stars behind you would seem to speed up, their light crowding together and shifting toward blue, the whole history of the cosmos playing quicker and quicker in a bright, shrinking window above your head. In principle, you could watch the universe age in fast forward as you descend. I'll be honest that the exact picture, how distorted and bright that window really gets, is something physicists still argue over because light bending in such extreme gravity is fiendishly hard to compute. But the core of it isn't in doubt. Fall toward a black hole, and time on the outside runs away from you. You don't just fall through space. You fall through everyone else's future. And you should be asking, how does anyone know any of this if nothing comes back out? Fair. So let me be clear about the line between measured and guessed, because this is where honesty earns its keep. That black holes exist is not a guess. At the center of our own galaxy, we've tracked individual stars whipping around something invisible and incredibly heavy, about 4 million times the mass of the Sun, packed into a space smaller than our solar system. In 2015, we caught the actual ripples in space, gravitational waves, from two black holes colliding over 1 billion light-years away. And in 2019, the Event Horizon Telescope gave us the first real image of one, the giant in galaxy M87, a dark center ringed by glowing bent light. In 2022, they imaged the one in our own galaxy too. Everything up to the horizon. The orbits, the waves, the ring of light, that's observed. It's the region on the other side of the edge that we have never seen, and, in a strict sense, never can. And there's a beautiful irony hiding in all of this. The darkest objects in the universe are also responsible for some of the brightest. When a black hole feeds, matter doesn't just drop straight in. It swirls, forming a flattened spinning disk that spirals inward like water circling a drain. That matter is packed and dragged so violently that friction heats it to millions of degrees, and it blazes, in visible light, in X-rays across the whole spectrum, before it ever crosses the edge. Feed a giant black hole enough, and that glowing disk can outshine every single star in its host galaxy combined. We call those beacons quasars, and we can see them from billions of light-years away. So the objects famous for letting nothing escape are, from the outside, lighthouses at the edge of the visible universe, shining with the last light of everything about to fall in. So let's cross. And here is the idea that rewires your whole picture. Outside a black hole, you can move freely in space, but you're always dragged forward in time. You can't stop tomorrow from coming. Einstein's math says that inside the horizon, space and time effectively trade places. Moving toward the center stops being a direction you could choose to avoid. It becomes something you cannot avoid, the way you cannot avoid the next moment. The center of a black hole isn't a place sitting ahead of you in the dark that a good pilot could swerve around. It's in your future, firing your rockets, struggling, turning around. None of it helps, any more than thrashing could keep you from reaching tomorrow. That's what no return really means. Not that it's hard to leave. that leaving is no longer a direction that exists. And what waits at that center? Here Einstein's equations give an answer, and then quietly warn you not to trust it. They say all the matter is crushed into a single point of zero size and infinite density, the singularity. But infinite is not a real measurement. In physics, when your best theory spits out infinity, it isn't revealing a place. It's raising its hand to tell you the theory has stopped working. General relativity, our champion of gravity, and quantum mechanics, our champion of the very small, both must apply at the singularity, and they flatly contradict each other there. To describe that point, we'd need a theory of quantum gravity that unites them. And after a century of trying, we do not have one. So the most honest sentence in all of this is short. At the center of a black hole, we genuinely do not know what happens. Not, it's complicated. We do not know. It gets deeper. In the 1970s, Stephen Hawking showed black holes aren't perfectly black after all. Thanks to the strange rules of the quantum world, they leak the faintest trickle of radiation, and over almost unimaginable stretches of time, they slowly evaporate and vanish. That raises a question physicists are still fighting over today. When something falls in carrying information, the exact details of what it was, and the black hole later evaporates completely, where does that information go? It can't simply be erased. The rules of quantum mechanics say information is never truly destroyed. Yet it also can't obviously escape. This is the black hole information paradox. And it is not a settled bedtime story. It's a live crack in physics right now, that some of the smartest people alive are trying to close. So, what really happens inside a black hole? Let me give you the whole answer, with the honesty left in. Up to the edge, we can describe the fall with real confidence. The slowing image, the stretching, the trading of space for time. That part is physics. But the center, the actual heart of the thing, is sealed behind the one boundary in the universe that no signal, no probe, no light, and no clever experiment can ever cross to bring an answer back. Whatever happens at the singularity happens in a place from which news is physically forbidden to reach us. A black hole may be the only object in existence with a built-in edge to human knowledge, a spot where the universe keeps a secret it has promised never to tell. That's the part that stays with me. A black hole isn't really a hole in space. It's a hole in what we're allowed to know. And unlike every other mystery in science, this one comes with a wall around it that we may never, ever get behind. We can stand at the edge. We can watch the light bend. We can do the math right up to the door. And then the universe closes it, gently, silently, forever. With us still outside, holding a question we may never be permitted to answer. If you like your wonder honest, the awe and the we don't know, told to you straight, instead of hidden behind a scary thumbnail. That's this whole channel. Subscribe, and you'll never look at that dark center the same way again. And if you want to see what happens to a black hole at the very end of time, how even these giants eventually fade and die, I made that one next. It's waiting for you right here.